say kneel down and you'll find peace. In chains of gold, you're released. A pretty smile, a silent song. Is this where we all belong? Bow your head, they whisper low. But how far down does freedom go? Why submissive women are happier? Is it the lie or the laughter? Hold your tongue and hold your breath. Is it life or just a softer
Welcome to the raw and unfiltered Happy Submissive podcast with myself, Marian also infamously known as Piper Blush all over the internet, and Master,
Hello, everybody.
who's always there with us. Thank you to all of our supporters. Your support makes it possible for us to create more awesome content like this one and like everything else we post everywhere else. And we are gonna be talking about making love versus fucking. Because in the poll that we made on YouTube and on Patreon, actually, well, we had over 200 people, play the poll, and 63% said they wanted to talk about that. I guess like the title was kind of self-explanatory.
It's just because of the title, to be honest. Like you know, like the movie Four People Fucking. Remember that one?
No, I don't remember
It
that
was
one.
like four story. One was the best Kulak friend. They were living together and they finally made love and they fell in love. But I think the title was like really big. I think that's why it was not popular.
Oh.
Because if the title would be Four People Making Love, that would have been different.
Okay, you think like the fucking was too much?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why we chose. Well, we didn't choose it. Like, people chose it. It was one comment on the comment section on YouTube on the podcast that said, like, oh, you should talk about the difference between fucking and making love. Oh. And so, well, this is where we're at. So, Master and I are going to go over, like, the differences and what we feel like is the difference between fucking and making love. But, I mean, it's very subjective, to everybody, like, that it feels different ways, but I got a few like biological stuff I want to talk about, so it's gonna be interesting.
You know what would be fun? I don't know if we can do it, but we should try it because you've got access to your computer, you got access to YouTube. You need to find the part from Eddie Murphy Raw, and because every time I'm saying that part to you or to some people, you know, I make love and the fucking, but Eddie Murphy got it so perfectly well that we should, if we can, like, just for the people to understand, because I would remind me. Can you find it? Is that something that you have it like right now?
A man got busted coming out of another woman's house. Just to show you how far a woman is stoop.
Okay.
He got busted coming out of another woman's house. His woman saw him come out the house, knew that the woman lived there, and didn't say shit. Wait till they got home, walked in the kitchen and said, "What the hell was you doing in that bitch's house today?" You know what the man said? Wasn't me. I looked right in your face. Wasn't me. Well, I'm supposed to be a fool, right? Hey. Wasn't me. You know what the woman said? Maybe it wasn't you. Ooh. I got a friend got busted in his house, in his bed, where him and his wife sleep with another woman fucking. His wife walked inside the house, opened up the bedroom door, saw her man in her bed with another woman fucking. She walked and said, "Ah!" Man jumped up, saw his woman standing there. She ran down the hallway, chased his woman down the hallway, butt naked with a rock hard dick, talking about, "I'm sorry." It sounded like a tragedy, right? No, it was like this. Baby, wait, whoa, wait, baby, look, hold on, wait, we got to talk. Baby, I am sorry. No, you're not sorry. I can't believe you did this to me. You have no respect for me or our house. Get the fuck out, don't you touch me, don't fucking touch me. Wait, baby, I am sorry, wait a second. No, you're not, because if you're sorry, you wouldn't have fucked her. But then you change the shit around, right, guys? Okay, wait a minute. Wait 1 second, goddammit. Yes, I fucked her, yes. Is that what you want me to say? I fucked her, all right? I fucked her. We fucked, all right? You happy now? We fucked. Now let's talk about the word fuck for a minute. Because that's a very important word here. Fuck, yes we did. Fuck, yes we did. Fuck. I fucked her. I make love to you.
That part. That I think this goes very, very well with the today's subject.
But I made love to you. So that's the difference, right?
Yeah, according to Eddie Murphy, totally.
So yeah, according to Eddie Murphy, there's fucking and there's making love. So making love is like related to you having like emotions, right? To you like having more than the kind of this urge, like this scratch, or like being super horny. That'd be more like physical. So you have like this physical need, and that like this, yeah, just physical need. But then making love is a bit more than that. It's not just physical need. It's also desire. It's also touch. It's also intimacy. There's like more to it.
It's just semantic, of course, you know, because when you say I'm gonna make love to you, that means I'm gonna bring you to a restaurant. I'm gonna give you roses. And then I'm gonna really use some lube. Use some lube, and I'm gonna make you come like 4 times with my tongues, and this is making love. Fucking, I'm gonna attach you to the bed, and I'm gonna come faster than you.
Oh, so you would say that fucking master is more about so male pleasure, and then making love is about woman pleasure.
I haven't thought about that until right now, but I think yes.
So the woman prefer the making love, and the man prefer the fucking.
Yeah, exactly that. That's my thought about it. What is your thought about this?
Well, I thought it was more like biological and like this desire, like this need, like feeling really horny. You know, you wake up some mornings and you feel really horny. It has nothing to do about who you're with. You could be with nobody in the middle of like the forest camping, and you would feel super horny. So it's like this kind of urge to have sex. Like this happens. So that for me, that's kind of fucking. It's like, it's body. And you can't do nothing about it. It's just, it happens to you. It's like you're, possessed.
Okay, I got it.
In that way. And then, well, making love would be more of a, it's not rational. It's still, you still have desire and all these things, but they're merged with other things. You have like butterflies. You have like, you want this person, and there's more to it than just like this need for like, in the middle of the night waking up and having sex because you kind of need to have sex. It's not that you love the other person. It could be anybody. It wouldn't matter.
do you think it's different? The definition is different between male and female?
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, I think like the way the words are used, making love is a lot more like steamy romance novel. And like women would be like, oh yeah, I want making love, but like hard making love. That would still not be fucking for women probably.
And I think some women don't want to use the word fucking at all.
Yeah, that would be like using the word like cock or like cunt or like all these like bad words. It's very like
Raw.
yes. It's very raw like word, but in the same time, I think like everybody, if we're trying to define this, which we are, well, there's this huge. I think there's still this huge difference between the two, between having sex, like because you like the person, because you love the person, and having sex just because like you go out one night and you need to get laid. So one for me would be fucking, but it's more complicated than that.
Okay, continue.
Okay, so the other thing would be like a bit like Eddie Murphy said, or a bit like if you're in a relationship like us for like almost 12 years, there are some moments where you fuck each other, even though you're in a relationship and you love each other. And there's still moments where you make love within that relationship.
Of course, in a relationship, I think you got both. You got both. You know, in every relationship, sometimes the couple fuck, sometimes they make love. But again, when they make love, it's for the women's having more pleasure than the men.
Well, men takes like 5 minutes. So that's why.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. In and out, in and out, in and out, in and out.
Done.
Okay, but if we go to Eddie Murphy and to cheating, let's go to cheating, let's say. Like a lot of people cheat because they don't feel desire or they don't feel stuff like that. That's one category of people. They feel like their partner doesn't love or respect them or want them. And then there's the other category of people who cheat just because, they're sex addict or they want sex. So they fuck other people, but they don't make love to other people and they don't fall in love with other people. They just have sex with them.
Okay, according to Eddie Murphy, that's skits. He was with another woman, but maybe he made love to that other woman. Maybe he didn't fuck the other women. He made love to her. We don't know what kind of woman it was. Maybe she was the romantic one. But when he came back to his real wife, then he used the word fuck. As, I fucked her. That means that no sentiment.
Exactly.
But maybe when he fucked her, he made love with all of the sentiment that the women needs to be having an orgasm.
That's complicated.
It is, yes.
Okay, so if Eddie Murphy says that there's fucking and there's making love, but then, okay, if or when you cheat on someone, and like often this happens, is that you have, like in the Eddie Murphy skit, you have, but I just fucked her. Because people who get cheated on, often they ask the question, okay, but do you love this person? Because you can't get somebody back if they're in love with another person. Like you can have sex with another person, but don't necessarily leave your partner because you just have sex with them.
Like the polyamory people.
Yeah, there's those people. Yeah, and so...
The new swinger.
Yeah. So, okay, if we take E&M in polyamory and put it here just for now, we're going to come back to it, and just talk about the fact that if you have extramarital relationships and your partner doesn't want that, you're not in a polyamory relationship, you're not in anything like that, like you cheat. And then the other one says, well, I just fucked her, or I don't love her, or I don't love him, I just had sex with this person, that's it, it's over and it will not happen again and I don't love this person. It's completely different as saying that like I had a mistress for 5 years and I'm leaving you for her and I love her and I have a kid with her. This is completely different on the, like, I guess the emotional toll on the other person.
When a guy cheat on his wife, most of the time it's because he doesn't have sex. Then the sentiment is totally different. At one point, sometimes, you could just like having a sex relation and come back home and that's it. And the sentiment, maybe he's got the sentiment with that person just because of the sex, not because of, he's going on a date and the date is fine and they go to like museum no, it's just purely sex. Most of the time when a guy cheat, it's not that. When a guy cheat and it's regular, really regular, I think it got sentiment.
Oh, so that's when it moves. So it starts with sex, of course, but every time you do have sex, there's a chance of like emotion, right? Because you're still releasing oxytocin. You're still getting really intimate with a person.
There's always chance that the person's gonna fall in love with that other person. I think so, because if you do that not together, separately, if you do that separately, it must be like there's something wrong with the sexual life of your couple. So you go there to find something else. If you go back home and your wife is screaming at you and she's not happy, you're gonna develop those sentiments faster than just like fucking her on the Friday night just because you need relief.
Yeah, so if you actually like find these other things in this other person, and if what you have is not sufficient in that way, and that brings us back to the E&M, like the non-monogamous people and the poly people, and all of these people that are like looking for different types of things in different people. So they have like, they believe that's their thing, that if you have sex with, like, the sex is great with this person, so this is your person for sex, and then but having a family is better with this person because maybe she's more motherly, or this guy is more stable and would be a better dad or stuff like that. So the millennials that are into E&M, usually that's how they do it. They kind of cherry pick these people and they create like relationships because they don't believe that you can find all of these things in one person in that way. So they prefer to separate.
Remember the couple that we met like for the weekend that didn't go well? Those people, they were like wanted a polyamory relationship because they were so happy together because it was a perfect couple and they just wanted to explore and having like this kind of dream relation and everything's fine. And then at the end of the soiree, they like fight and the guy says like, we never have sex together. Then you understand, okay, that's why you want to open your relationship. So there was something wrong about sex. And then this guy just wanted to have sex, but he stayed with that person because they're married and it's complicated and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, so if you want to open up, whether it's like in the beginning of the relationship or later, it's because the person is not bringing you something that you want. Whatever that is. It can be sex, but it can also be like intimacy or desire or all of these things. So it doesn't matter if you're fighting or if it started like that, but in the end, this person is not giving you most of the stuff you need. It's just giving you parts of what you need.
You know, when you just meet someone and you say like, you know what I like the most? I know it's the first day of our date tonight and we met on Tinder, but what I like the most is watching you having sex with another guy. And the girl says like, you know what? I'm in. I like you a lot. We're going to get married. And you're going to watch me making love or fucking another guy. The sentiment doesn't matter anymore. And the guy says, yeah, that's my women. And they live happy forever. And they could have kids and they could have like a lot of things. They're happy because it was exactly that at the beginning of the relationship was clear.
Yeah, so their fetishes and deviances, whatever you want to call them, they match, right?
I think sex is always deviances.
So if you are someone who likes to cheat, like you need to find someone who's okay with that, because that isn't also the thing. Like we see people who have field profiles or profiles on couple dating sites and like swinger websites, and they say it openly, like I'm a cuckold or I don't know what's the female version, but it is when your partner is being cheated. Like you cheat on your partner and your partner is fine with it. It's out in the open and that's okay. As long as, it's all okay, and I'm not going to go #consent here, but it's really that. You need to find someone that is definitely all right with you doing whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Sexually.
Yeah, and I think that's the kind of thing that happen in a relationship at the beginning. People are not clear all the time, and because they want to discover. But if you find a woman and the guys say that, I think you got the jackpot because it's your fetishes. But if you don't say, the only way I can come, it's when I do cosplay in a Superman outfit. You don't say it and you're making love and you're having sex and it's okay, but it's not what you really want. Then you came back one day with a Superman costume and your girlfriends freak out. Then you should have said that in the beginning.
Well, that's the thing. So there's a difference between like being with a person for just a few weeks and then, well, of course you're going to have this person the way they are right now. Then if you've been together for years, there's probably some things that you discover later in life.
Yeah, there's things that you discover in life, but when you discover it and your partner's going like, you know what? I don't really like that golden shower thing that you really like. And then you go like, okay, maybe I'm going to find a girl that likes golden shower.
Well, because in the end, that's really the goal, is to find someone that has most of your kinks, and it starts with sex, because that's how the couple starts with the sex. So if your thing is really more fucking than making love, then you need to find a partner who's more into fucking than making love. Like we call it marathon sex.
Yeah, those guys, you know, like our friend that he can come like 6-7 times for a guy. That's rare.
Especially
I don't know if it's a disease.
especially a guy over 45. Yeah. But this is very rare. It's very small percentage of men that can, ejaculate many different times during sex. And the more the age goes, the more it drops. But there's a percentage of guys that can still do that, which is really interesting. Or like after a divorce or something like that, I think libido just goes up.
Yeah, but you know, 2-3 times, but 6, wow. I think those guys belongs to porn movie.
They
Like
need
the
to
real
subscribe.
porn actors.
Ron Jeremy style.
Yeah, exactly. There was this guy that I saw. I don't remember his name, but you know, he was like that.
You mean you saw him in a movie?
Yeah, in
Like-
a movie.
Okay.
I don't remember. Oko Freddy.
Oh, yeah.
This guy could come a lot of times.
Mm-hmm. Well, the more the better. Plus, like, if you're doing facials and stuff like that, like, you want a big amount.
I think then you can go, you know, how much do you want for scene? I charge by coming.
Oh.
You know, $1,000 every time I come. And you don't mention that you can come 6 times, you know?
Well, because it makes sense. Because, like, shooting a porno is just that. It's just,
Yeah,
like, you
it's
do it
just that.
until the guy comes. So that's one scene, one shot, one video. Then you do it again.
Then you change the actor because this guy is over. But if a guy can do it like multiple times in a row, gee, I would apply right away for porno.
Okay, coming back to fucking and making love. Well, I like what we're talking about, like why guys cheat versus why women might cheat, and also when you were saying like the fact that like men go there because they don't have sex, but also there's always more to it, right? It's rarely just the sex, and we've seen that in many couples that are swingers or E&M or all these things. I think like after maybe 45, 50, you do want to swing for different reasons. and let me explain. I mean, you're getting older and you have this kind of FOMO, YOLO. I'm a millennial, so I can use these words. Where it's like you're gonna die, you know? So maybe you wanna experience things that you haven't experienced yet. Like it's said that people in old homes, like in old people homes, have a lot of sex.
Yes, it's true.
And a
I
lot of
heard that.
diseases too. There's
Yeah,
like
because they're gonna die.
yeah, so you just you have sex with anybody, whenever, wherever. It's a bit like when you're a teen but older. And I feel that makes sense.
I think that's why when you go to swingers club, and we're talking about those resort that cost money, you know, because the couple that we were in the weekend didn't have money for that, but because they would go, totally would go, and then you see much older person because of I'm going to die, and or I'm not going to be able to have sex that much anymore. So you wanna focus on that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maximize.
I agree with that. Maximize your time left on Earth.
Yeah, on Earth, and with your vitality. I mean, vigorous, like especially for men. It's
Yeah,
true
because
that
you know, last time we saw the prime minister, he was climbing the stairs, and he was like, you know, he was having a hard time climbing the stairs. Imagine in sex, same thing. It's the same.
your
thing.
cardio still goes down. So yeah, it's the same thing. So I think there's different categories. There's these couples which are just, let's not take them even as couples. You're getting older, you want to experience more things from life. So you decide to do this as a couple. I do believe it's really not the same thing when you're in your 20s and you decide to open your couple.
Or
It's
you
like-
just get married, you got a dog, a house, then you're cheating on your wife on the next weekend that you got married.
Yeah, this is like another type of problem. I
And
mean,
when the guy is like 27 and says like, I'm gonna die soon. What? No, that's not a good excuse. All right, I fucked her, right? But I'm in love. Too.
but exactly, and for younger people, it's more. I think it's more the E&M. There is this FOMO YOLO. You're younger. When you're under 20, under 30, I think that there's a lot of stuff you want to try out. There's a lot of stuff. Even when we met, I was like 23, and we did a lot of stuff. We did threesomes. We tried like sex parties. We were kind of open a little bit at the beginning. I was younger, and you were like fresh out of divorce too.
Younger too.
Younger too. But then there's a point where I feel maybe it's feminine, but there's like this. Okay, let's close the relationship a little bit more. But I don't think that that's like abnormal. I think that there is this, even the couple we met last weekend were saying that when they got married, they kind of closed their relationship too. And it was open before. They were like non-monogamous. Because you want to kind of get to know this person. You want to try to build something maybe more solid within the two of you. We moved in the countryside, so that did not help too.
No, and that did not help at all.
Plus, with the industry we were in, I mean, it made sense that we were a bit more open, a bit okay with all of that because we were shooting pornos, so it made sense. But then we got a bit more closed and then opened again. And so I think it's very different when you're like younger and you're like, oh, I want to have this poly lifestyle. And especially now with money and all these things, meaning that you would have this person you're fucking, this person who's like the parent with you, and then this other person which you go on dates with, but that's just kind of to kiss and go see movies. And then, oh, this other person as your coworker, this nice. So you're kind of keeping all these options open and having all these relationships to fulfill all these things, which I feel is very like more complicated than fucking and making love. You know, you have this way broader spectrum of all these people that do something for you. And then if we were talking about this last weekend too, if one of them doesn't work out, then this affects everybody in the whatever you want to call it, nesting partners or E&M couples. If one goes wrong, then all of them go wrong. And that's a lot of variables. So I feel like maybe you need to be a bit more detached or something. I don't know.
It's really complicated, you know, just because of the sex, whatever the sex form is, it's complicated. There's two things that goes bad in a relationship, money and sex. And I don't know, taxes is more important than sex. Some people's gonna say like, what the hell did he say, that guy? Taxes is more important? Yes, because in prison, if you don't pay your taxes and you end up in prison, you might not have the sex you want.
Good point. It might not be the one you want or hope for. But it's true that like, so money is a big stressor. So if you have money issues and if you have things like that, and some people say that they cheat because they're stressed, right? This is kind of an excuse too. There's more than one reason, and there's the lack for everything else, but there's also the, oh, I'm so stressed, I don't know, so I'm just gonna go and like get that out of my system in that way, which is an interesting thing for like cheating.
I think all the people that cheat have a different reason. It's never the same reason for everybody. It's like human again would like to think it's one thing, but it's never one thing. It's not just one reason. I cheated because of multiple reasons.
Yeah.
First, you were a bitch this morning when I wake up. It didn't help. Then it's been like, you know, X amount of time that you don't have sex. Plus, the new secretary at the job, she's really flirting with me. So that's about 4 reasons so far.
Yeah, and if you pile them up, that's when like la goutte fait déborder le vase.
Yeah.
That's when there's so much that, oh, that's when you tilt. It's not like you wake up in the morning necessarily and you'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna cheat today. It doesn't really happen like that. In general, it's not like, well, I guess it's not planned unless like you have a mistress and you're doing this for a while and you're like going away together on vacations and things like that. Okay, so these are the people, like the young folks that want to stay open and want to have a little bit of everything. So they want love and they want fucking, but not from the same person. So they try to have it a little bit all. Then there's these older people that, of course, are just wanting to experience life. And then there's the in-between. Those would be people who just had a kid or who are like in their 30s, 40s, and they've been through a lot together as a couple. They're still together most often because of children.
Kids are a pain in the ass.
And they open their couple, same but different, to have more fun on the weekend, to go party. And they try to kind of, I don't know, it's a cheap thrill, right? Having sex.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's free. I always say like sex is like having eczema. When you scratch it, it feels so good.
So that's another reason. If the rest of your life is so orchestrated and controlled by children and by your job, and you have very little else to have fun with, then maybe possibly if your partner is open to it too, well, that's just like watching Netflix. You go out, you have sex with other couples, or you flirt with other couples, and that just helps you have more fun, because that's usually what people say when they say like, oh, what is fun for you?
What do you do for fun?
Well, usually they do sex, and they do luxury dining, buying purses for women.
Dancing all night long.
Yeah,
and
taking drugs.
taking drugs and doing everything except your taxes.
Except the stuff that would really, really, if you did it, like alleviate everything else in your life. Yeah, and you would have more fun doing all of the normal stuff if you weren't kind of evading into sex and in these other things to do all of that.
Because that's why there's like country that have a lot of children and they don't have money, because cheap sex is fun and cheap.
Yeah, and so they do it just because it's human, and it's so that goes back to my like in the beginning what I was saying between fucking and making love. There is a difference.
Okay, I changed my mind, kind of. I think there's no difference, because at the end it's an orgasm, and it's the level of that orgasm that you achieve by sometimes fucking, sometimes making love, and I think that's just that.
Well, in the end, yeah, I'm reading my notes, no problem.
Okay, it's your notes.
Yeah,
okay,
yes,
so-
I have my notes.
Okay.
So the thing is, it's not the same. Okay, so when you have sex biologically, you secrete, like, you have an orgasm. So you secrete oxytocin for sure. And you secrete all these other, like, chemicals. But there is something to love. Like, there is more of a chemical cocktail that is different from when you love someone than from when you just have sex. There are some similarities, but in the end, the love cocktail is bigger. There's other stuff in there that there isn't when you just have an orgasm.
I think it's the after sex that change.
What do you mean?
Okay. So the result is the same. The orgasm is the same for everybody. It's the intensity of it that's differs sometimes. And even if you love that person, or if you don't love that person, there's a level of the reaction, the orgasm, on a scale of 1 to 10. How was it today? For me, it was a 9. For me, it was a 6. I don't know. I missed my cum shot. I don't know. I'm disappointed. Tomorrow, I'm going to do better. So whatever. Then there's this level. Then what do you do after this is done? How do you cuddle? Oh, I love you, or I don't love you, but, we'll see each other tomorrow again because sex was good. But the orgasm was the same. I don't think the orgasm, it's different when you like or not a person.
Well, no, because you can have really bad orgasms with the person you love, and you can have really good orgasms with the person you fuck, but reversely too.
Exactly that.
Yeah, so it orgasm should not be a point
No,
of
it
like
should not.
checklist.
But I'm sure for a lot of people, it is the checkpoint.
Well, yeah.
Okay, you remember the porn star that she could like take this guy with a very long dick?
Oh yeah, Heather Brooks or something.
No, not Heather Brooks. It was but
The
something.
blowjob girl.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it was not either. Either was like the gothic girl. Either Brooks.
Heather
Brooklyn.
Brooks.
No.
No,
Okay.
Heather Brooks was yeah.
Oh no, not her. The one that we hired at one point when I had a studio back in the days in
Gemma
Montreal.
Valentine.
Yeah, that one. And with that guy, so we hired those couple to make a movie, and it was the first time they met.
Mhm.
And this guy had a really like long dick, and that girl could take it all, and they end up together.
Oh really?
Yeah, and he said after the first night, I'm sorry, I came really fast. It's the first time this happens to me because it's the first time the girl could take it all. and they end up together. So it was like the perfect couple for what they're doing. I don't know if they're still together.
It's been years, yeah. So the fact that he was satisfied sexually helped him, be with her.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah, that makes sense. But there's also the fact that so when you love somebody, like this intimacy, this desire that you get, and all of these other things, make it so that it's okay if like at one point you have a bad orgasm. So it's because I have this statistic which I find very interesting, is that it says that couples that have more like daily emotional intimacy, that have more of that, just like talking, cuddling, like being together, emotionally intimate, and we're not talking like fucking or sex. They tend to have more sex in that way, but also stay longer together. So it's not just about having sex, because you can have sex with a person like every single day and still not stay with them for years. So it's more complex. It's not just the sex. It has to come with other things. But of course, if you never come with someone, the chances are you stay together forever are a bit more slim. Like we're not in the 1950s where you had to marry because of the church and you were forced to do it and stay in this couple. Yeah. What do you think?
I was thinking about one of my first girlfriend. She was with a guy and never had an orgasm with a guy. So I was with a girl and she had an orgasm. Then she quit the other guy for me. But, I mean, it was not a good reason. It was not a good reason at all.
Well, you were like young.
Yeah, it was a younger time, yeah.
Yeah, so like it's a good reason when you're 20, maybe. Like, what else are you gonna, like, oh, this guy has money, this guy has...
Yeah, you're a student. Everybody's student.
Just like,
So everybody's broken.
yeah. And orgasms are still, I mean, this still should be on the list. It's a thing, like, for women and men. You shouldn't be with someone who doesn't make you orgasm. That's for sure. Or, like, and we have this conversation a few times, especially you, Master, told me about this. But, like, you can't be responsible for the other person's orgasm fully.
No, you cannot. You cannot. Because we saw that, last time, it was a long time ago, we went to a swingers club. And, all the guys watching and you see this girl closing her eyes, trying to focus on her orgasm because I don't know what's inside of her head. And even, like, the friends that we had, they take drugs because they had so much problem, and it's the only way to achieve orgasm because they're loosening up because they have so much problem. So it's complicated.
Yeah. But all these things make it so that orgasm is a good thing in the equation, but it's not only that. If you desire the other person, if you tell them they're beautiful or you admire them, you love them, you watch them naked, all of these things, you cuddle at night, this makes for more in the relationship than just having sex like all the time and not having intimacy.
It add cards in the orgasm intensity.
Yeah, and in the I won't cheat on you barometer.
Exactly. It's like you go to work in the morning and the secretary, like, is like super cute and he's flirting, she's adding cards. You're sure when you're gonna mostly make love to the secretary, or she's just gonna give you a blowjob. It's gonna be the best blowjob ever because she's piling up those intensity cards. I'm gonna call it intensity card.
Yeah, well, that's this whole thing about also things that are kind of illegal. I'm not saying illegal in the eyes of the law, but like immorally illegal. So immoral. Where humans like that. They like this danger thing, especially mixed with sex. It's all like in the same pile of, if I cheat on that way, or if I have like these thoughts about this person, and if it's in a workplace or in a school or like these places where you shouldn't do it, then it really, like, you get bonus points of intensity.
You got more cards.
So that you're sure that, I think this is very rational thinking of something that is also very biological that humans have. All of these things that we talk about, the secretary, but also the how is it going in in your home with your partner and all of these other things. This is kind of a rationalization of sexual impulses, but there's also just again the difference between, okay, you're horny now and there's nobody to satisfy that. And then if you're like alone and you don't have a partner, you're probably gonna go to a bar or go on a Tinder date and try to have sex because you're horny.
Okay, I understand. If we make a difference between making love and fucking, what about when you masturbate? Do you make love to yourself or you're just fucking yourself?
That's good. Yeah.
So what's the difference now? No, it's just masturbation. Doesn't count either way.
No, I think it does. I think masturbation can be both. Exactly.
Tonight I'm gonna make love to myself.
Yeah.
What's the difference than fucking? I think it's just rough. You know, fucking means it's more rough.
Oh, okay. More like animalistic.
Yeah, that's what I think. You know, I want to fuck you like an animal. You know, like the 9 Inch Nails songs. I think, and it's more crude. It's more raw. But when you make love, of course, you need flowers, dinner, and the purse.
But then when you're masturbating, like some girls actually like they read a book, they make themselves a bath, and then they masturbate. So it's more like they're making love to themselves. But some other times they're like, okay, I'll get out the Itachi wand and I'm just gonna go at it. So it's more like rough. It's more raw.
So the difference between making love and fucking is just the roughness.
But from what you're saying, yeah, that's what I'm going for. The it would be the roughness. It would be the fucking is really not emotional. Again, just physical.
You meet a girl at the bar. It's a non-gender, my thing, but she says, "You know what? I really want to get fucked tonight." You go like, I'm gonna pull this woman's hair right now. And then you pull the hair and say, "What the fuck you're doing?" And you're saying like, "Yeah, you want to get fucked? I don't know. No, make love to me now." Oh, jeez, it's so complicated.
But no, of course, if a girl says like "fuck me," that's completely different. For sure, you have a pass to pull her hair.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But I end up in prison. Not true.
But then if it's like make love to me tonight, this is different. Maybe there's a little bit of wall banging, but it's not as much hair pulling. Not as much like, okay, doggy style for me is like fucking, you know. You have like these images and it means like, yeah, doggy style would be in fucking. What do you think? Yeah.
I never thought about that before.
Well, me neither.
No, fucking's mean pulling your hair. That's what it is.
So it's the intensity and it's the not caring about the other person. Do you think it would be more you don't care about the other person's pleasure?
Depends. You could care because when the girl says, "I want to get fucked tonight," and she wants, then you care, but it's still more rough. Yeah.
Yeah. This is good. This is good. Okay, what else do I have in my little notes here? For fucking versus making love. I think we'd expect. Oh, okay, yeah. So this is the difference. If we relate it a little bit again to submission and all these things, because when you're in love with somebody and they're in love with you in general, and you have this relationship, well then you are submitting to the relationship, right? You're in the relationship. So if you go have sex with somebody else, then you are cheating. You are not surrendering, or you're not submitting to the relationship enough or no more. You don't want any of that anymore, or you don't want parts of that anymore. So you're kind of leaving parts of that. But when you're really in a relationship, then there is this act of, I won't have sex with anybody else, and so I'm giving myself to you, like in that way, which I think it makes sense in monogamous relationship. Then for like the E&M and the poly and the swingers, well, they take that away. So for them, submitting to the relationship or being in the relationship doesn't mean sex with other people is off limits in that way. So it's not cheating for them. It's okay. The relationship doesn't mean that you cannot do that anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to find real polyamory people that they could explain that and that they're in love, because the last couple we met, they were not in love.
Unfortunately, a lot of swingers, ENM, and poly people we've met were just people who weren't. It's interesting because they can't really be monogamous. That's the thing. So when you look at them like the way they are, it's true that a person doesn't satisfy them, just one. So we can't base it off of what we feel or what as mostly monogamous people think and are, because for them it doesn't work. So of course their couple doesn't work. They can't be a couple, you know?
Yeah, they can't. They
They
can't be a couple.
Which is why all the ones we have seen, they can't be in a couple situation. It doesn't work. And it's unhealthy. They don't do that. They don't do it well. And that's why they go elsewhere. The only people that I think are, I'm going to say legit in that way, are the swingers or ENM now, rebranded, that have had kids that are over 45 and they kind of hate each other, but they stay together and they have sex with other couples and they talk about it, but they don't even fight anymore about it. They're together, they'll die together, but they have many other things.
Like the doctor and the lady that we met, they had kids. They were like into, like, super open. He was okay with that because I think they were okay in their relation. They were the rare couple that they were really okay in their relationship, and they were probably like, we're getting old. We need to. We had 3 kids. We got 2 good dogs, and we're getting old. We need to do that before I prescribe myself Viagra.
Yeah, I think this makes the most sense. And so these couples are the ones that are like stronger and that decide to go elsewhere, but they're not poly. Those are swingers, though.
Those are swingers.
They just go there for the sex. They have fun. They have some friends, and then they come and they go, and that's it. So they stay as a couple pretty solid, and then the rest is just kind of fun. It's
They probably come back saying, like, the guy got a small dick, eh? It was not that fun, but it was fun, It's just like trying to reassure your current partner. No, she didn't have big tits that much, and it was freaking obvious that the girl had like freaking huge tits. No, it was not that big. Are you sure? It was bigger than mine. No, I don't think so. Yes.
Didn't you
Look
see
at
her?
bra on the floor? Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for being here and for being a supporter of the Happy Submissive podcast. I like this poll style. If you have more ideas for future podcasts, make sure that you put it in a comment, because we will read them and we will re-poll. On Patreon, a lot of people wanted to know the difference between grooming and submission, and we went over this a little bit. We'll go over it a little bit more because it had some votes as well, but we're going to try to satisfy everybody from every platform, because there's a big difference between platforms. So we're going to do more of that. Make sure that you stay tuned, and also, you can listen to the censored version of this episode on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast, of course, as usual. And don't forget to actually share the Happy Submissive podcast, the YouTube version, with a friend, family member, or anybody you want to talk more deeply about relationships with. I'm Marian Delacroix, also infamously known as Piper Blush all over the internet. And I wrote the book Why Submissive Women Are Happier, and this is why this podcast exists. And then, Master is here with me all the time, because this is great that we have this moment to be together.
The talk. The talk.
The real talk, the real us that we can't post anywhere else. So thank you, everybody, and we will definitely read you.
Read the comment.
Yeah, read you in the comments, and you'll hear us next time.
You're released. A pretty smile, a silent song. Is this where we are?